Yo, what is up YouTube? Today I'm going to show you guys how to play this deck. Yes, it is a guide video, so I'm going to show you guys how to play this Golem for Musketeers deck with the Royal Chef instead of the Cannoneer or the Princess Tower, and instead of the because we got the Nado here. So I'm going to show you guys how to actually counter a few Furnace decks, and I hope you guys can learn something from this video. Alright guys, so we actually hit 901 subscribers at the time of recording this video, so I'm actually pretty happy about this. And no one so far has actually like DM'd me on Discord for the 1v1 for some content, but it's gonna be okay, I guess. So I guess this is your last chance, otherwise I'm just gonna make something else for a 900 subscriber special. If you guys would like to 1v1 me for the special, please go on to the Discord here. You see my Discord server over here, right? And you guys should join the Discord server and DM me, direct message me, and yeah, please DM me, please. I would like a DM. Thanks. Alright, so in this first match, I was up against Hung Wei Lo. So as you guys can see, he has Battle Healer, E-Drag, Arrows, Spirit Empress, Rage, Furnace, Egolem, and Mirror. So this is actually a pretty interesting matchup in my opinion. So okay, like always go for your Battle Healer first play, or whatever thing first play on the left side, because usually people tend to play on towards the left side. So you don't really want to get first-handed, so you want to go for the left side usually. And okay, here's the thing. After I went for the Musketeer on the E-Drag, I went for the Goblin Machine here on the Spirit Empress, and the reason why is I wanted the Goblin Machine to just tank for the Spirit Empress and let the Spirit Empress die to the tower, which sadly didn't happen. And I went for the Nado just to pull it down into the Princess Tower so he could die, but sadly the Battle Healer actually went ballistic and healed the Spirit Empress like crazy. So I guess that was one bad thing I did in this match. So yeah. And okay, as you guys can see, he's actually playing the Furnace, and Furnace Mirror is pretty annoying in my opinion. So yeah. Alright, and the thing he does is he goes for the Egolem, Mirror Egolem, and his chef, look at the chef, he's level 17! What the hell? Okay, and here's actually the power of the deck right here. I'm going to show you guys in a bit. It's about to be in like 10 seconds. I go for the E-Drag here just to try and cycle the Evo to its Evo as well. And look, watch this. Nado to the opposite lane. Sometimes you have to use the Nado to save you, and usually most of the time Nado is actually like the only card that can save you here. So boom, we go for the healer down as well. Oh, ignore the background please. Right, and look at that, boom, we have a free fucking push. He basically gave us 12 elixir plus worth of troops here. Look at that. Okay, so we got a healer, lumberjack, musketeer, E-Drag, and we already got the Evo E-Drag and the Evo Musketeer back. So look at that, boom, his entire tower's gone guys, and that's actually pretty crazy. If you ask me myself, that's actually kinda crazy. Evo Musketeer here is honestly pretty good in my opinion. After the Furnace nerf, Evo Musketeer, I feel like it has actually become a bit better. So yeah, that's one thing you guys should look out for. This is why I also opt for the Evo Musketeer usually. Alright, for the second match, I was up against 1461. So usually nowadays Furnace is actually paired with Graveyard Drill. What else? I have no idea. Maybe some mid-ladder deck. So we're up against this guy. He was playing mid-ladder Graveyard with Furnace. So he goes for the Furnace, and if you guys can see, I'm actually up by 0.5 elixir, I would say. Yeah, somewhat 1 or 2 elixir. So always go for whatever you can on the left side. Like I said, always on the left side. And actually I was a bit slow over here, so I went for the healer. And alright, this is one thing you shouldn't do. You shouldn't waste your stuff and just mess everything up. That's a terrible Musketeer placement. If you guys didn't know, at this square you could actually Nado some things down to the King Tower, which sadly didn't happen because I'm trolling, but it's okay though. It's not okay because I just had to eat my entire tower, but sometimes it's okay. And oh yeah, the one good thing in this deck is the chef here. The chef is actually quite good with this deck because, well, I'm playing Golem and chef usually works well with Golem, like always. But that 10% buff is ballistic. That 10% buff is crazy. And I would say, you know what, that's actually pretty good. And alright guys, here's one thing. If you know they have the lightning, what do you use? If you're playing my deck, I think I've told you guys before, if they have a lightning rocket, there's only one thing you can do. Use 3 musketeers to bait it out for the E-Drag to go in. So that's one thing you guys need to actually do in order to be able to win some matches here. So alright, I went for the healer and then I went for the musketeer here just to add some pressure, and I knew he was just gonna go for the Mega Knight like a bum. The moment the musketeer crossed the bridge, he's just gonna go for the Mega Knight. Boom, yeah, there it is. Alright, and if you guys look at the top right corner of the screen, it's double elixir basically, so I went for the Golem at the back. And usually, sometimes in this matchup, you just have to eat all the damage, man. You have no choice. And okay, look, he goes for the graveyard, which I think is one of the worst graveyards you could have possibly done. And I went for the 3 musketeers. Okay, here's why I went for the 3 musketeers. If he goes to lightning my stuff, he'll be cooked because I basically get a free evo. You look, I just wasted his lightning. I was waiting for it, okay? Nado there. Do you see how he just clutched everything up into a line for the E-Drag? Okay, and here's another look at the Evo Musketeer. It's just gonna 2-shot the furnace after the recent nerf. Boom, that's gone. Princess Tower isn't fast enough to kill the push I have here. He goes for the Rascals, but isn't enough. Look at that. Boom, E-Drag finishes the tower. Nice. Lumberjack here is honestly pretty good usually in most of the scenarios because of his high DPS and the rage that it drops. So okay, usually what you want to do is you put 3M in the pocket, try and catch them off guard, and you destroy them. But sometimes, okay, in some overtime matches, you can't really go for the 3 musketeers in the pocket, right? So yeah, you just have to go with this. And here's where you messed up big time. You went for the graveyard in the tower, which I don't think was a good play. His lightning, somewhat good play. I think if he actually hit the Goblin Machine as well, it would have been a better play. So I went for the 3 musketeers over here because I knew he had nothing for the 3M other than his Mega Knight. So I went for the healer immediately, knowing that he was going to go for the Mega Knight. And okay, here's why the healer is actually important in all the Golem 3 musketeers or 4 musketeer decks. Look at that. If you guys look at that, wait, let's go back. He arrows, but the musketeers are still alive. And look at that, the musketeers still live the Valkyrie because of that one singular battle healer. This is why you need to have the battle healer in the deck. And I'll see you guys in the next match. Alright, so in this match I was up against Noah Hart. So he's actually playing Recruits Furnace with Piggy. So he's basically Fireball Bait, I think. Yeah, it's Fireball Bait, but just a slight twist in the variation. So right, he goes for the Recruits at the back, right? So usually if the enemy goes Recruits at the back first play, we don't really have a big good splash counter in our deck. So Recruits are actually one of the most the best hard counters to this Golem 4 Musketeer deck. He goes Bar Barrel, you have to go healer here to heal up the Musketeer to make sure she lives and destroys from a ranged attacks. So I think he goes for the Furnace here. He goes for the Furnace. Alright, here's another good thing why the Goblin Machine is actually goated here. If you guys didn't know, Goblin Machine can actually 2-shot wizards, furnaces, what else? Basically any medium HP troop, it can 1-shot, so 2-shot with the rocket. So that's a reason why you should play Goblin Machine. That's why I also offer the Goblin Machine. So we cycle the E-Drag here at 2 minutes because, well, we need to cycle it just in case if he ever goes in for a big push, I'll still be able to defend somewhat. Alright, and we sack the E-Drag here because, you know what, it's fine. I didn't really commit to a push. We go for the Nado here just to try and take out the Flying Machine, but I just forgot that the Goblin Cage guy can walk faster. Okay, let's pause here. The reason why I went for the Musketeer first instead of the Goblin Machine is you always want to cycle your Musketeer first. If you want to place 2 cards at the same time, cycle the Musketeer first because it can reach faster into your card cycle. So that's why I want to go for the Musketeer first. He goes for the Bar Barrel. I don't really think it's a really good Bar Barrel, but you know what, it's fine. He goes for his Recruits, and okay, here's the important part. You see the left side tower here? It's actually pretty nice on HP. You want to sack it. You want to sack all the damage, and you also want to analyze and see what deck the enemy is running. And look at their playstyles. You want to know if they're gonna go king side or princess side. What I mean by that is, if they're gonna go towards the king tower, Are they gonna push on the left side? If you guys can see, are they gonna push on the left side, or are they gonna push on the right side and take that out? So here's one, and here I went for the Evil Musketeer to try and take out the Goblin Cage, because Goblin Cage is actually one of the best counters for Golem here. So look at that. If you guys saw that Nado, I just Nado everything in. His entire push is gone, and if I didn't really have that Nado, I couldn't have actually caught everything and made everything die. But anyways, I managed to take out his entire tower, which is I'm pretty happy about. Right, and you gotta go 3 Musketeers to rub it in his face that he's playing Recruits, and yeah, usually Recruits is a hard counter, but especially if they're running Fireball. But usually this match I got really lucky, if I gotta be honest. Alright, in this match I was up against Nissi MDV. So he was running Furnace Bridge Spam with Lightning. So I would say this is a pretty hard counter in my opinion, because Lightning, Evil Zap, Barbed Barrel, that's triple spells. That's a huge hard counter against my deck. Alright, and remember, if they have a Lightning, always try and bait it out with 3 Musketeers for the E-Drag to go in. So he has the Barbed Barrel. I was just counting his spells here. I was like, okay, he has this, he has that. Right, look at that, boom, Furnace gone. Lumberjack here, I had to play the Lumberjack here to add a little bit of pressure. Really good pressure here. I took out basically half his entire tower. And look at this, Nado to the king. E-Drag that to reset. Oh, I didn't go for the E-Drag. Yeah, it was willing to go for the E-Drag, but it's gonna be fine. Go for the Battle Healer Musketeer here. And look at that, we actually got away with that offense there, which is really, really nice. And okay, you're just gonna chill here. And I'm down like 4 elixir, but I just decided to eat this Royal Ghost over here, because, well, you just need to eat the Royal Ghost, I guess. I didn't really want to be down too much elixir, and as you can see here, he's actually up elixir, so I went for the E-Drag over here instead of defending, because I didn't want to be down elixir, and if I had the E-Drag cross too early, it would be bad. Hey, look at the chef, it let the E-Drag survive on 1 hit, which is honestly pretty crazy. Like, this is one of the underrated things about the Royal Chef here. He actually can help some stuff survive some level +1 interaction, so I think that's actually one really good thing about the Royal Chef. And okay, look, you're just gonna get some chip damage off of that Goblin Machine again, right? And the reason I didn't really want to go for anything other in here is I had to sack it. I just had to eat the damage here. Sometimes you just have to give damage to earn damage, and I go for the Golem at the back. If you guys look at the top right, it's basically double elixir. You always want to go for the Golem almost immediately around that time. Goes for the Evo XC, you Evo Musketeer the Evo XC. Even if it's gonna live, this is one of the bad things about this deck. It doesn't have the curse to immediately one-shot the Evo E-Drag, the Evo XC out, but it's gonna be okay. I went for the E-Drag healer here. He goes for the Lightning. I really messed up the Nado over there, which is sad because I didn't actually manage to catch the Furnace. Otherwise, he would have died, but anyways, I still managed to take out the tower because Golem is just that juicy. Look at that. If it wasn't level 16, it would have died way earlier because of that 740 HP buff, because of the 10% buff when you level up something. And when at times like these, you just have to play defense. Okay, look, the moment I knew he was gonna go on the right side, so I just went for the E-Drag and the machine to take it out. Healer on left for defense, and that's how you win if you get the tower up. Yeah. Alright, in this final match here, I was up against Hanefe. So, as you guys can see, he's playing Furnace Bait, which is honestly a pretty disgusting thing to play, if I'm gonna be honest. Furnace kills Bait, more or less kills Bait already. And you're playing it with Bait, Furnace Bait. Wow, this guy's just honestly pretty crazy, if I'm gonna be honest. And guess what? He also has a Mega Knight. He has a Mega Knight, bro. Look at that in the top left corner of the screen. Right, really nice machine over there. Basically takes out half the Furnace there, and boom, that's it. That's a pretty nice trade. Sometimes you have to eat all the spears as well, because we're playing such a heavy beat down there. You have to eat a lot of damage here. And for this time, I actually went for the E-Drag just to defend the Skelly Barrel, because if I went for the Lumberjack, it wouldn't have actually done a lot of stuff. It would just ran away. So yeah, he goes for the Furnace that lane. Just chilling. Go Lumberjack here, just to pressure a bit. Okay, really nice offense by us because I baited out his wall breakers, and we do manage to get a shot off on the Furnace here. So Alright, and he just spawned some stuff. Okay, we go for the Nado on the left side here. Just even though the Nado got nerfed like a few seasons back, we still want to use it for like some cheap defense. Otherwise, you're gonna have to eat too much damage. But you just have to do that sometimes. You just have to commit a Nado, and Nado is actually a pretty good thing to get rid of your cycle, because Nado is very, very constrictive in your cycle. It isn't as cheap as a Zap, Rage, or Curse, and you can't really cycle it much. But if you have to cycle it, if you get what I mean. So yeah, you have to go for the Goblin Machine at the back over here just to counter the Furnace over there. He goes for the Mega Knight, which I did not expect at all. So it's like, yeah, I'm basically cooked here. I went for the Lumberjack trying to take out the Mega Knight, which I honestly overestimated. I don't know, like someone estimated that it didn't actually take out the Mega Knight, so I overestimated the Lumberjack because the Lumberjack was actually locked onto the Wall Breakers here. So I do have to sack the entire left tower, sadly. But you know what? It's okay to sack a tower. Go for the E-Drag first, and he goes for the Furnace. You go Evo Musketeer. Two-shot that fucking Furnace out of the lobby. He has a poison which he hasn't used the entire batch. So I just went for the healer here. Healer, boom, nice. Goblin Machine because it's tankier. Really bad Skelly Barrel by this guy because he will just get so much value off the battle healer here. And look at that, we're basically back to another goal. I went for the Lumberjack here instead of anything else early because we didn't really want to go for anything else, otherwise our push will be gone. And look at that, boom, his entire tower's gone. All because of that really, really good interaction there. So that's one good thing if you're up against a Mega Knight player, Evo Mega Knight player. It will actually help a lot. So you want to go 3 Musketeers here? I know he was going to go for his Mega Knight, so just go for your healer. Just go for a healer to heal out the Musketeers so they can live. And look at that. Look at that one Musketeer at that corner there. Boom, look at that. And that's tower down. And this was my actual last match to get to League 5. So I'm pretty happy about that. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, comment down something nice. And share the video to your friends if you like. And also please DM me on Discord. Last chance. I need something. I need content for this 900 subscriber special. Please DM me. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you and bye bye.